What's going on, family? You are tuned in to Real Ass Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. We got new shows this week, and I just want you guys to know we did miss you guys, but we took a couple weeks off, man, for some family time, some work time, and some other stuff, but that ain't none of your damn business. James is out tonight, man. He's gigging, but I'm joined in the virtual studio with my comedy brother, Mr. Miguel Cologne Jr. What's up, my man?
What up, Ken, man? Nowadays, when James is gone, I don't feel as bad. When he was gone before, I was like, oh, I don't know what me and Ken are about to do. It's going to get loose. Now I feel like y'all know what to expect when James is gone. Me and Ken have a format, and it's a different vibe, and I like it.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some stuff that most people don't, shows on this station ain't going to talk about, which is hip hop. But before we do that, we got to get to our brand new sponsor. Got to give a shout out to Wine for Oysters in East Orlando, 1957 South Alafaya Trail in Orlando. And they also have a Wine for Oysters in Dr. Phillips at 7645 Turkey Lake Road. Go check them out every Sunday. They got live music with a brunch, unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys for one price, mix and match drinks. Also, they got French crepes, savory fillings, traditional favorites like shrimp and grits, smoked tuna deviled eggs, which I got to try that because I actually like deviled eggs. I don't know.
I don't like deviled eggs, man. When people love them, they love them.
I love devil. Like I make deviled eggs, and then my wife's family comes over. I could be making breakfast, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, so you ain't gonna make no deviled eggs today?" So they got original space. The original space started in Alafaya, where they be doing monthly trivia. They got a Harry Potter trivia coming up on July 30th and Dirty trivia on August the 21st. Both locations have a happy hour. They got something called a buck a shuck on happy hour, 4 to 6 weekdays, $2 draft and wine, and 50% off cocktails and oyster shooters. From what I was told, if you go in there and you say, "Hey, man, 104.1," they're going to give you a free oyster shooter.
You gotta say oh code word way. You like, hey, 104. Shh. Go in the back. Go see Gary. So you're looking for some oyster shooters. These are the finest.
Hey, you gotta do the special knock, which is just the clips beat.
Yeah. Grinding.
So please, man, you get a chance, check out our brand new sponsors, Wine for Oysters, East Orlando, and Wine for Oysters, Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips is my area, B, because you know, after the Improv, I go over to Corona, smoke a cigar. So Dr. Phillips is kind of my area. I like Dr. Phillips.
Wine for Oysters sounds like a fancy police buyback program. You know, listen, you know, we got kicks for guns in the hood, but here we got wine for oysters.
Oh man, hey, walking there with a shotgun. Hey man, you get a whole catfish plate.
How many shucks do you want?
But we missed you guys, man. We've been out for like a week, bro.
We've
been out for about a week, man. We do miss you guys, man. But I do want to do something before we get into this, man. Let me find it, man. We got a message last week, which was super dope for us. About some cats that listened to us and they were locked away. And they was letting us know, man, that because of them, you know, we brought laughter to those guys, you know, being locked up. Because, you know, we don't know who listens.
Yeah.
You know, we really don't know who listens, man. But shout out to the guys at USP2 in Coleman, Florida that actually listen to the show. We got to give a shout out to dude. This buddy name is Tom the Sage Mage, Music Angel, not to be confused with Angel from 104.1, Trailer and Not Trailer.
We don't even know right now. We're giving out codes for Riot. We're like,
hey. But the guy who's out that listens and said that he listens, him and his friends, and I told him we would give them a shout out. Because whether you're out or you're in, man, we thank you for you know, just being fans of the show. We meet so many fans out and about, and we are appreciative to everybody that listens to the show. Miguel, I'm a little off, man, because you guys know we do record these shows in the morning time and sometimes at night, and we put them up. I'm working a new job schedule, bro, and my sleep pattern is all off the chain. right now. It's like,
What are your hours? Like, what are your hours you're working?
I'm 12:30 to 9 p.m.
And you're generally an early riser, so
Yeah.
you don't, but you're waking up with nothing to do for a few hours now, and
just sitting there looking stupid. but I got a weird. I'm Tuesday through Saturday, which is weird because the work on a Friday and Saturday night is criminal.
Yeah,
if you're not an entertainer, bro.
No one, like, especially like if you work in a call center or something, like it's Saturday, dog. You're gonna have to wait till Monday to solve this. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I got the weird hours. So but what happens is I'm coffeeing all day. I get home, so I'm wired. So then I don't fall asleep till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm an early riser, so then I'm up at 7:30, and now I'm just sitting here looking stupid until it's time for me to go to work at noon. So like if when you guys see the YouTube video, I look like I just woke up because I couldn't sleep last night because I'm still kind of wired. So I look like I just woke up. I'm trying to get my voice right so I can sound like me. So you worked in the food industry. So what's the weird schedule that you've had?
So in the food industry, especially like bartending and serving, sometimes they have these split shifts where it's like you're gonna work from 10 in the morning till 3, and then you're gonna come back and work 6 till like maybe close or something. But there's nothing you can do in those 3 hours. And all you do is find like a booth in the back of the restaurant that the station's closed and try to sleep. Like, hey, you can't sleep back here. I'm like, you the one telling me I got 3 hours and nothing. Give me some movie tickets. Like,
yeah.
Like, give me something to do.
Yeah, let me go see Oppenheimer.
Yeah, exactly. Come back all sad.
Yeah.
I used to work for Aramark too, man. I used to deliver like uniforms and stuff. And I was a jumper. I didn't have a set schedule. And that was the worst because you'd be getting back at like midnight, done unloading your truck, and then you would get like a text, hey, need you in at 3:30 in the morning tomorrow. And I was like, that's now. You know?
Yo, dude, when I first got the military, working for Nextel, and when they got bought out by Sprint, they had laid off a portion of the company that worked like the trouble tickets.
Yeah.
So we had to work both parts.
Yeah.
So I worked from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., but go home, sleep, like you said, chill for like 3 hours. Cause I worked 5 minutes from the job. And then I would go back in 7 to 11. So
that's
7
all
to 4,
day.
go home, 3 hours of chill time, then go back at 7 and work on 7 to 11. And I did that for like 6 months, dude. Just like, oh my God. I mean, the checks were great, but man, the nightlife is gone. You tired. Because as soon as you I don't care what nobody say, when you get off work, you're still kind of in work mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get home, you're still kind of up and in work mode, man. You like if you get home from work and you lay down, you fall right asleep, you are a sociopath.
Yeah, you hate your job. You know? I used to have a job that was so bad that it was Monday through Fridays, long hours. And every Sunday I would get like nervous because I knew I had to work again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that's when you know you hate your job. When you can't, you Sunday, you like, oh God, it's coming.
That's how I am right now. I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta go in. Dude, I was at work on this past Saturday, and I was just like, it's a Saturday. You know what I mean? I'm spending my whole day in this office.
I'm in my 40s, and they still got me working in office on a Saturday.
On a Saturday, bro. And I was just sitting there like, and the cat that worked with me, who's been in IT for 5 million years, he's so cool. He's so like, he's like so cool with it. He's so used to it. I'm like, and it's a good job. I'm not gonna, crap on the job. It's just the hours. Like, oh my goodness.
You know what's crazy too? When a boss asks you to extend or come in and work extra, they always have this different energy than when you ask to be an hour late.
Yeah.
Like, you like, hey, Friday, if there's any way I could come in at 11 instead of 10, because I got to do something. Like, oh, Ken, I mean, I don't think we can do it. And they're like, hey, Ken, can you work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for us? And you're like, no. They're like, wow. We like to think of ourselves as a team around here.
Yo, the hour late one is always my favorite. Hey man, I gotta do some errands.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh.
Oh, let me come one of them didgeridoos. Ew. They never, and I mean, some jobs do, but as a whole, especially when you work in some like a corporate job or something like that, or no, sorry, corporate job, any kind of job that's hourly, they really act like you needing an hour is the end of the world, but them needing you to extend is like, come on, man, it's Friday. What are you gonna do anyway? It's 10 o'clock already. You're probably just gonna be in bed,
No, dude, I the first couple of weeks I would get off at 9 and go. I have to go somewhere
just to relax, chill.
Just to be like, yo, I would go to like Corona. I actually went to other bar. I actually went to an open mic afterwards. I went
PTSD,
to a show. I was like, I gotta relax, release before I get home. Now, bro, I just come home. As soon as I walk in the door, I already got my polo off. Like I got my undershirt on. That's how you know. My wife knows it was one of them days when I walk in and I just got the undershirt on. Throw my laptop bag on the couch and just sit down and cut PTI on.
You all just phased out. It's like she sees you, gets the kids. Come on, kids, let daddy be. Let daddy be. We're gonna go to my sister's house.
Dude. What was it Chris Rock said? That's why a man don't never come straight home. He got to go drink something. He got to go do something. Then I never noticed that with my stepdad. Like he would never come straight home. But now I see.
Just like I gotta be in the right mindset to deal with home.
Yeah. Hey, they let me mess around. Found a pool hall. Be like an 80s, 70s, 80s father. I'm going to the pool hall.
I gotta go play some billiards real quick. I gotta go see Stinky. He owe me $9. He gonna duck me all week, and then guess what? We ain't gonna have no meat for dinner. You want to eat vegetables all week because he owe me $9.
That's how I know, man. That's how I know you 80s, bro. My daddy come back from the pool hall like, where you get these turkey from? Yeah. You know, Craig work over here.
Yeah. And that was my dad my whole life. My dad would be like, he'd come home with something obscure. And I remember he came home with this big ass RC radio car called Monster Beetle one time. And I'm like, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, so-and-so over at the club.
Come home with a full meat. Like, wait, where you get that from? You know, Craig working Hillshire.
Yeah.
He was giving out meat. So you thought Craig got off work, put this meat in the trunk of the car, drove to the pool hall. Y'all been drinking all night. Then at 2 a.m, he like, man, y'all know I got that meat in the trunk. If y'all want to,
nah, I'm gonna smoke it, baby. It's gonna be good.
Yo,
it got a little bit of that exhaust flavor because Craig got that Grand Marquis. That exhaust been leaking into the meat, so it tenderizes it.
Well, my mama's boyfriend's worked at Frito-Lay. No, he had a trash route, and one of his routes was Frito-Lay, and he would come home with like chips and snacks that were all thrown in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And we would eat them. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, man, didn't care about our well-being at all.
Nah.
Didn't care about our well-being.
My mom's boyfriend worked over at a warehouse that had all the PepsiCo products. So Taco Bell, Pepsi, I think one of the other fast food burger chains and stuff. And he would come home with these bags of Taco Bell meat and just throw them in the freezer. And then anytime I want to make something, I just open it up, take a scoop out, heat it for like a minute and a half. Like, what you making, Taco Bell meat pizza?
Oh, my goodness, man. With that being said, man, we are happy to be back. We missed you guys so much, but we are back. All new shows this week. We got to take a commercial break. When we get back, it's me and Miguel. So, you know, we're going to be talking about hip-hop, boycotts, AI, not Allen Iverson. And we want to give another shout out to our sponsor, Wine for Oysters, East Orlando, and Dr. Phillips. Make sure you go check out their happy hour. We'll be right back. Real Labs, we're Radio 104.1. Real Labs, we're Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Guys, do me a favor. Please go out to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and follow us. Go to YouTube, subscribe so you can see these beautiful faces. And if you miss any of our podcasts over the last 7 years, you can go to iHeart, Search Real Laughs, and you can listen to all our shows in podcast format. I'm Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. James is out doing some comedy, so join the virtual studio with Miguel Colon Jr. Bro, on yesterday's show, I think we have brought up the amount of y'all. It's been 7 years.
I just thought about that when you said it right now. I was like, man, 7 years, and my biggest audience is a prison group, you know, because they forced to listen to it.
Yeah.
They like at first they was using it as torture in the hole, but every now and then.
Yo, dude, that's their waterboarding. Oh,
yeah,
acting up today. Hey man, cut on that Real Ass episode with Devin and the monster that they be
they
bringing
got
back
the
from
shits
the
hidden behind the soda machine. I can't do this no more. And then when they find out, when they send you back to population, they like, what happened? Be like, they realized me. Dude just holds you. Man can only take so much.
Yeah, it's a dude with the nickname the Morlock.
Yeah. He looked like Charles S. Dutton.
Well, man, we do appreciate you guys listening. No matter if you're listening at work, you're listening in your car, if you're locked away and you're listening, man, we do appreciate it. You know it's me and Miguel, so you know we're going to talk hip-hop, man. 50 years of hip-hop this year, which is crazy that hip-hop that's young for music.
Yeah.
Like,
50 years? Yeah.
50 years is very young for music. So I've been watching all the tributes, man, and I love it. And it made me think, I'm trying to think, what was one of your favorite moments or a defining moment or a moment that touched you in hip hop? I give you a couple, so you know I can get your mind going. I would say one of my favorite moments in hip hop is the Bad Boy Death Row era.
Yeah. Okay.
What would be my favorite moments in hip hop? My second favorite moment of hip hop would have to be Jay-Z versus Nas. Be my second moment. But I would say my saddest moment of hip hop is the loss of Biggie and Pac.
Yeah.
Like I think all those right there kind of was my era of hip hop for me.
I think for me, one of the most interesting moments in hip hop, being a cat who was East Coast my whole life, was the G-Funk era of Dr. Dre, because I was like, this is beautiful. And I mean that. When I was hearing like Let Me Ride and Nothing But a G Thing, this music was beautiful because it was this soul funk music that Dre had kind of tweaked to turn into these beats. And it wasn't like the boom bap rap that I was growing up listening to, the New York rap and stuff. And I remember hearing the G-Funk music from Dr. Dre when he came out with like the Chronic, and I was like, this is different, and this is something I loved. And people weren't feeling it in New York and stuff. They were because of tension. There was a tense feeling from New York and a lot of East Coast places that they were basically the same way people feel about gentrification. People were feeling that artists were taking hip hop from New York, and it's so funny to think about that now, because hip hop belonged to everybody the minute you heard it. You know, it's how you did it. But the G-Funk era was really cool. Sad wise, I think when Pac and Big died, I kind of felt, and I mean this, I kind of felt responsible as a listener for allowing this all to happen, because I was having fun with this beat. I was, oh, this is great, you know, and I perpetuated something as a fan that now I look back on, I'm like, no, this wasn't great. This wasn't great at all. And I think a moment for me as a hip hop fan of like, wow, what is this? Was when I want to say it was like the hip hop honorable mention on Rap City's top 10 was Cream by Wu-Tang. And I remember hearing Cream being like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, I'd never heard anything like this. I'd never seen this many artists on the track.
Yeah.
And Wu-Tang exploding on the scene was a huge deal for me, because I'd never seen 9 artists with 9 individual personalities and 9 different rapping styles flowing together on a track, and it just being seamless. It's seeming right. You know, because every now and then there would be a crew track and somebody would hop on. You're like, oh, this guy, why they let Stinky Legs on this track, man? He the wackest of the crew, yo. Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. Biggie Smalls just got shot. I'm like, yo, no, this just could have been a hook, you know? But when Wu came on, to be excited, like, oh, my God, the whole clan's on this track now, you know?
Yeah, dude, I went to a house party that played the whole 36 Chambers over and over In the hood, in the project,
Yeah.
it was a project house party. That dude had one tape, and it was
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. And that brother paid that tape from beginning to end, back and forth. The whole house party, dog.
I remember
The whole house party, bro.
Talking about tapes. I was the kid that had the patience to fix your tape when it got wound up or something. So I remember people just coming to school all the time, like, "Hey man, can you fix this tape for me?" I'm like, yeah. Because to me, it was like I would just sit there at my desk at school, unscrew. Bro. Yeah, you got to flip it around. You could never figure out how it got flipped around inside there too. But I would sit there to fix the tape, and I'd be like, it's got some creases there, so it's always going to sound a little weird at that point.
Yeah.
baby, come on, baby, come on. Baby, come on.
It sounded chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to collect the singles.
Yeah.
The cassette single. I probably got like 250 of them in my. I had a dresser in the barracks that had all my tapes on it, and then I bought the tower for the CDs. Remember the CD tower?
Yeah, you showing off.
Bro,
yeah.
I had the CD tower, but dude, I was a single. I love singles.
Singles were great, man. Bro, the 99-cent single were the best.
Come on, dog.
And then they had that. Then they had that B-side that only was on the single.
Yeah. You ain't finding nowhere else. It ain't on the CD. It ain't on the album. It ain't on nothing. So you had to get the single. But that music was different like that. When you had to have a clean and dirty version of the song.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the cuss words bleeped out. I mean, you had to do a whole different word and verse.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Trevor. There's just no way you could say, like, what if I said, and then I put the makeup on his face and blew his brains back with education. I love it. And then you'd be hearing the whole song the whole time on TV singing it one way, and then you get the album version, you're like, what?
Yeah. Dude, I was like that with I don't know if you remember Domino's sweet potato pie.
I'm all messed up and I don't know why.
It came on satellite the other day and I'm rapping. I'm like, hey man, that's the dirty version.
Hey, I was just talking to a dude. He's my age, my homeboy Dwayne, and we were talking to these girls about like OnlyFans or something came up, and he mentioned he was like, some of y'all OnlyFans videos wild. He's like, but none of them are wilder than the Tip Trill video. And I was like, the Tip Trill video, legendary video from our era. That when it came on late at night, you were like, "Ooh, this station is gonna get FCC fine."
The BET uncut.
Uncut, yeah.
Yo, popping.
On the dance floor.
Man, let me tell y'all something, dude. That's what I tell my son. I said, man, these kids are into hip hop, but I feel like hip hop has a different meaning for this generation than it did for us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a different cultural shift from it. I mean, it's like this. I remember my uncle Angel. He was, he was a rocker. He used to go to CBGBs in New York and party and stuff. And when we talk, and now he's an older dude and stuff, he's not the same way. But if I were to talk to him right now about rock and punk, he'll tell me, man, it's got a different vibe for this generation than for him. Like his culture of it, he was immersed in it. Like that was it. And that's how our culture was with hip hop. We were immersed in it. You could look at me and tell that I was a hip hop fan, and you could probably tell who I was a fan of just by little things. Like when all them dudes, one thing I stayed away from, and I could have easily done it because I was very, very, very easily swayed. But I just knew when everybody was wearing the ski goggles, I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, Miguel. You never skied in your life. Yeah. You're living in South Carolina now. It's like 89 degrees in the winter. Don't put the ski goggles on.
Yeah, I say the one I didn't sag.
You didn't sag ever at all? Like not even a little bit?
Nah, my mama was crazy, bro.
Yeah. I mean, outside the house, I let them drop a little bit. Also, I have no ass, so I have a natural sag that just occurs from having stuff in my pockets. I'm not trying to bust them.
I didn't sag because of the meaning of it.
Yeah. Well,
somebody told me you were sagging, that mean that somebody took that booty. And I was just like, nah, I'm going to put my pants all the way up to the nipple.
Hey, did you ever have like I had a pair of pants that my mom just wouldn't get rid of, but they were a little high water and they had did you ever have like something that your mom would make you wear and you're like, no, not this one, not this one. I had these high water khakis, man. They were Dickies and they would just touch the shoe like ding. Now players, that's what dudes be rocking. But back in the day, they would just touch a high top. Yeah.
How crazy is that we would clown kids that rock high waters. Now people are rocking high waters.
Yeah, I watched Rick Ross with a pair of high waters on. I was like, you know what you're doing. Like high waters. I had a pair of high water pants when I worked in the restaurant industry, and I couldn't get rid of them because they were just so comfortable. But they were just hemmed wrong, and it was just a little high. And this dude Mustafa I used to work with, my Moroccan homeboy. Me and him would always be getting into it, joking with each other. And one time he just walked right up to me with a pitcher of water, poured the water on my shoes. And he goes, "Look, your pants no get wet."
Yo, ain't that crazy how fashion, dude? Like I saw the meme with the cat hat on the Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, the suit.
And they were like, your kids are dressing like this for prom now. Like we clown people with the Pee Wee Herman suit, and cats are actually rocking Pee Wee Herman suits, bro.
I see this one just got me. This was like 3 years ago when I first noticed it. But like when cats started having like the high top fades, and then they were wearing like the colorful shirts, and I was like, you look like a black dude on Saved by the Bell. You know, like you look like when they're like, I need a black guy, but like one of ours, you know. His name is Tevin, but you know, his daddy's white, you know, like.
Hey, bro, speaking of Tevin, I was watching the Tevin Campbell video, Goodbye, and Tatiana Ali's in it. And you remember Tevin Campbell was in Fresh Prince. He played Little T.
Yeah, didn't she date him for a minute?
Yeah, I was telling my wife, I said, man, in a perfect world, Tevin Campbell and Tatiana Ali actually got married.
I believe that world. I believe that world. That's one of the low-key break-off points. Yeah.
Hey, at least on Earth 7 they married.
Yeah.
One of these multiverse, Tatiana Ali and Tevin Campbell married.
What do you mean Tatiana Ali is a scroll? What do you mean?
Yo, I'll be watching old TV shows, and I'll be like, yeah, in another universe, they're probably together.
Yeah, hoping, man.
Yeah, they're probably together, at least on Earth 21.
What do you think happened? What do you think happened in the universe where the Fresh Prince exists after they all moved out? Like, what happened? Like, what happened to Will? What happened to Carlton? I believe this. I believe that Carlton got married. He got married first out of Will and Carlton. And I believe Carlton, as corny as Carlton always seemed, I believe Carlton became much more like Uncle Phil as a dad, cool with his kids, being like, because I think Will and Carlton's story arc was amazing because you saw them both change a little because of each other. And I think Carlton gets doesn't get enough props for being as cool as he was. He just was into stuff we thought were lame. But Carlton was a stand-up dude. Ain't nobody ever punked Carlton. Nobody ever punked Carlton without him stepping up. And he never let that one episode where he thought they didn't want Will in the fraternity. And he ran up on the dude. Yeah, it was him.
Yo, Carlton's married, and he's the new Uncle Phil. And Will actually became an actor.
Yeah, I believe that, man. I believe that.
And Hillary's TV show is on season 35.
And Will's wife got long flowing hair.
You ain't got to worry about slapping the dude. Well, we got to take a commercial break, man. We got to give a love and shout out to hip hop, man. Hip hop raised me and Miguel, man. And I know a lot of our listeners, you may not listening, but for us, it's me and Miguel. And we had to do a hip hop
50 years of it. Get over it.
We're going to take a commercial break. We get back. We're going to talk about this new thing, AI, not Allen Iverson, bro, but the computers are taking over. We'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. We're back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair. And guys, do me a favor. If you ain't doing nothing on the Sunday, go to Wine for Oysters, East Orlando, or Wine for Oysters in the Dr. Phillips area for their happy hour. Check them out. And they also got a brunch as well. Do me a favor. When you go there, say 104.1, and you can get you an oyster shooter. Ken Miller in the big chair. James John is out. We're joining the virtual studio with my big dog, Miguel Colon Jr. Miguel, I don't know if you've been paying attention to me this week on Facebook, but everything I post KenGPT, and then I copy it and put it in Chat GPT, and that Chat GPT put it in its words, and it's just been hilarious to me the way it can rewrite something in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
In a matter of, I mean, it has the world just confused.
Bro,
I've wrote so many things in the past couple of weeks using Chat GPT. Bro.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I use chat AIs a lot for things, and one of the things I tell you, I learned watching an Instagram video. You know, you have to teach it too how you want to do things. So there's lots of times I'll take an article. I'll literally take an article. Like one was Pixar's, and I took this straight from the Instagram video I did. I think it was Pixar's storytelling techniques, and it was 10 points that Pixar say every story needs. So I took it. I said, ChatGPT, using these Pixar's 10 storytelling techniques, take this story that I just wrote, and I was like, add to it and make it more like Pixar's version of a story. So it took that. Then I'm like, cool, now do this. I was like, take the language and take it like it was written by, and this is a big one, by somebody with a 12th grade education. When you say somebody with a 12th grade education, it basically means the common man. And so it starts taking out words and stuff that it thinks is too flashy. Then I told it this. I sent it a thing I wrote before, and I said, kind of write it in my writing style. So I basically, when I do it like it's what's the movie? Minority Report. I'm like, good, now take this. Now take this. But the more you do that, the more information you give it, when you get your final product, you'll be really shocked, because it's not just ChatGPT now writing it in its voice. It's ChatGPT taking the information it thinks is pertinent to you and creating it in that voice. And it's pretty dope.
Crazy. That's to the point where it's so crazy. There's been this back and forth debate on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it. It's a picture of LeBron James in a pink shirt, a pink dress with a purse on his way to the Barbie premiere.
And it's fake.
And it's AI generated. But
says LeBron.
Everybody's been sharing it. Like, oh, look at LeBron. This y'all king. And it upset me because it takes 30 seconds to type LeBron James in pink dress.
Yeah.
And for them to be like, it's not real. It's, you know, it was started by a booty crack sports on Twitter. I'm not lying.
Booty crack sports.
Yeah.
You strike again.
And I was like, but it's been shared so many times. I have been telling people it doesn't take but a couple of seconds for you to just type in LeBron James in pink dress. Is it real?
Yeah.
But people don't even do that. But now you got the world thinking, but about an AI generated picture, you got the world thinking LeBron James is walking around with pink skirts on. Dude, and it's not true.
People share me memes all the time, and then I'm like, yo, did you look at any of this? And I'll just Google a little bit of it, and I'm like, yeah. No, they didn't find corners on the earth. It's still round. You know, and they're like, I don't know. And then this is their response, though. I love it. You tell them, I'm like, man, you can't trust those sites you go into. And I'm like, okay, you sent me a meme.
Yeah.
Mike Busey's notorious for this. If I open my phone out, it'll just be memes. And it'll be like, did you know that all the wolves on Earth have actually been extinct and the government created new ones? And I'm like, I look like there were wolves around. He's like, well, I don't know. That's why we got to weigh all the options. And I'm like, no, we don't. But let them get sent a meme about something they don't like, and it'll be like, hey man, did you know that the Smashing Pumpkins never wrote any of their music? That's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah, that AI generator is, and it upsets me because, like you said, so many people share it.
Yeah, before
so many people share it instead of just taking a couple of seconds to type in Smashing Pumpkins lyrics.
Yeah,
I tell people, just look at the website.
Yeah,
you got it from. If the website is bootycracksports.com, more than likely,
Booty Crack Sports is not breaking the big news stories. And that's the thing too, though. I will say this though: it's the people who share all this stuff. They don't care. They like sharing this stuff. It's fun to share it to them. They don't care about checking out the truth. They like that truth. Whatever that truth is, they like it. LeBron's in a pink dress. That's what I like right now. That's that. And then you can't tell them nothing. And then their argument, when you do show them, no, that's not true, it'll be like, hey, man, nowadays you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, dog. You really do. When you go check.
I don't know if you remember the picture years ago of Birdman in the hotel room with the kid.
Yeah.
And he has the KY
And
and
look
condom.
like he's about to go get down. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the real picture come out and he's holding his actual cell phone.
Yeah.
But that picture has been floating around the internet for years.
Yeah.
For years. And everybody like, man, Birdman out here messing with these young men. And the whole time it was a cell phone, but somebody took a picture, Photoshop something into it. And for years, this picture has been floating across the internet. Now with LeBron, for years, that picture is going to be floating across the internet. Now we got to have another conversation. You know that ain't really LeBron, right?
And the problem is, the big concern is coming up this election time, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy during election time. And our educated voters are going to be educated on memes because that's more fun than doing research. People are going to be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're going to be like, you know that Joe Biden, he fell asleep in the middle of the Senate floor. And I'm be like, no, he didn't. And I'm be like, oh, wait, he did. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was true. But if you say he fell asleep, if he fell asleep in a Waffle House,
yeah,
they'll be like, oh, now hold on, you know he ain't going to
I'm
no
gonna see
Waffle
a picture
House.
of Joe Biden pass asleep with both like nuclear keys in his hand. I'm like, that ain't real. And they're like, no, check that out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I'll be like, that ain't. Oh, okay. Nah, you're right.
Yeah, that might be right.
Yeah.
That might be right. That might be right, man. Yo, dude, you got me thinking because I don't want to switch it on a political thing, bro. So me and Miguel always share stories with each other about the military. Did you see the story about the kid that went AWOL to North Korea?
Yes. How does any of this happen? He like got in a tour too when he snuck away from security and then snuck into North Korea. If I was this kid, man, I would be talking to North Korea like, hey, man, I got to work it out because all you got to do is join one tour and I'm black. How the black dude sneak into North Korea?
Bro, so when my partner sent it to me, I was like, yeah, he a white cat. We were stationed together in D.C. He sent it to me. We going back and forth clowning. Like, the last place you going to want to go as a soldier is North Korea.
That's like getting on punishment and sneaking into your grandma's house thinking it's going to be better.
Yeah. So he was like, oh, man. He said, Ken, and I know it's an Army guy because Air Force wouldn't do that. And I bet you it's a white dude. And we was just clowned about it.
Yeah.
The next morning, I wake up, I look at my phone. He sends me a screenshot of the black guy who I was like, what? Really?
That's some dude who been hearing the wrong legends. No, man, I'm telling you, North Korea is dope, man. Ain't number of girls with fat asses and everybody's chilling.
Yo, they over there, all the booty. Over
he got scorpions all on his face right now.
Yeah. Son, they got all Meg the Stallions over there, bro. Gone over there. They said Buddy ran across laughing, like. I said this, man, because they were like, they're gonna torture him, blah blah blah. I said they probably will because I can see that North Korea thinks that every soldier has top secret.
Yeah, everybody is a John McClane from Die Hard. You know?
And the soldier they got is probably just a cook.
Yeah.
He's a cook or a tanker. You know, like he has nothing. Like,
no information.
Yeah, he's a quartermaster. You know what I mean? Like he working supply.
Tell me what they're doing at the DFAC. It's Tuesday. We're making ribs.
The eggs are real.
Yeah.
North Korea, bro.
North Korea. Like not China. Not China. Not Russia, where they have some opulence, where, you know, you might be like, he defected to Russia, and now they got him in Moscow, and they got some pretty girls dining and wining him, and he's riding a McLaren. Or China, and he's hanging out with some CEOs. North Korea, literally the person interrogating him is like, so what was the path you took to get here? You know, you could show me? I want to go so bad, homie.
Yeah, they said he was up for UCMJ.
For like an assault charge or fighting or I don't know what it was.
I would take a demotion.
Yeah.
I would take a dishonorable discharge. I'll take time in Leavenworth.
Yeah, 2 years in Leavenworth of life in North Korea,
bro.
Yeah, you know, in this show.
No internet, dog. You over there? You over there on 56K?
And you know, this T1, you know, they're like, this is Roadrunner.
They over there with AOL CDs, bro.
And you know, like, I mean, I have to say this. I believe this stresses just the ignorance of youth sometimes to think North Korea, yeah, that's the spot. Especially when, here's the thing too. I can imagine that more some dumb kids sitting at home here. But when you're stationed in Korea and
Man.
all you hear from everybody is like, oh, North Korea sucks. And you see how cool Korea is. And then to be like, nah, I think I'm going to try this out.
Yeah.
You know what it was? He was on Tinder and it's like Kim Jong had some fake. You look so hot. Come walk over to my house.
He saw the Bulls documentary.
Yeah.
He saw Dennis Rodman go to North Korea. He was like, man, the Globetrotters was over there.
Yeah.
They gotta love black people. He ran over there thinking that the Globetrotters were playing tonight. He's like, man, I'm trying to go see Curly Neal, bro.
They got scorpions on his face, electrocuting his testicles. We know you're a Washington general. I'm not.
Oh my goodness, man!
Who
North
escapes
Korea,
North
bro.
Korea, man?
Who escapes to North Korea? Like
you
you
listen
said,
to the wrong Petey Pablo track. North Korea.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
man, they over there twisting their shirt like
Yeah,
helicopters
helicopter.
over there, bro.
got a truck with a button that go. You know?
Man, we got to get up out of here, man. We appreciate you guys listening so much. One more time, shout out to our brand new sponsors, Wine for Oysters in East Orlando, 1957 South Alafaya Trail, and Wine for Oysters in Dr. Phillips, 7645 Turkey Lake. Guys, do us a favor. Every Sunday, they got live music, unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys, sangria, one price. You can mix and match drinks. They also got French crepes, sweet and savory fillings, traditional favorites like shrimp and grits, and smoked tuna devil eggs at the Dr. Phillips. Also, Alafaya folks, every month they're doing trivia. July 30th, they got a Harry Potter trivia going on. And then August the 21st, they have Dirty Trivia. So make you check it out. Both locations. Happy hour is 4 to 6, $2 off drafts, 50% off cocktails and oyster shooters. And if you go over there and you tell them, hey, dog, we know 104.1, you're going to get a free oyster shooter. So make sure you go out and check out our brand new sponsor. And thank you guys for Wine for Oysters for hopping on the Real Labs. Miguel, where you at this weekend, bro?
I'm at Perfecto's Lounge, 5250 International Drive, this Saturday, July 29th at the Summer Comedy Jam hosted by One Mic Entertainment, LLC. You can go check out One Mic Entertainment, or you can go on Eventbrite and type in Summer Comedy Jam at Perfecto's Lounge for tickets.
Yeah, man. This weekend, Thursday through Saturday, July 27th through 28th, I am in Cocoa Beach at Gregory's Comedy Club. You can go to Gregory's Comedy Club to get your tickets. Come check me out this weekend. I haven't been to Cocoa in a while, so I'm super excited, man. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening, man. Like I said, brand new shows this week. We've been off and we missed you guys, man. Shout out to all of our listeners, no matter if you free or locked up. We appreciate it, man. And shout out to our brand new sponsors. We got to go. Miguel, do the honors.
Take your ass to bed.
Good night.